Welcome to Unintentionally Offensive, the only show that rivals Adult Swim. We're your hosts,
Andrew.
Eric.
and Caden. And immediate silence. Bravo, boys.
What's the last thing you guys masturbated to?
My girlfriend.
I'm not at liberty to answer that.
Ooh, that means he's looking at
Wait,
something real spicy.
Wait, I does it count like if she masturbated me?
No, like you masturbate.
I don't know.
Immediately getting rid
Probably
of any
still my
chance.
girlfriend.
Probably still your girlfriend.
Yeah.
Man, it's almost like she watches this show or something, you fucking loser. I know
also
you're
don't
lying.
Watch much porn ever since I've been dating her, so.
It's fine, you can watch porn and still love your girlfriend.
I just don't like it doesn't interest me as much when you've had the real thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Like it's why look at some bitch like Riley Reid flaunt her titties when I can touch my girlfriend's actual titties? You know, it's like as a kid, you never wanted to watch Luke Skywalker swing his lightsaber around. You always wanted a lightsaber, you know? It's like that.
Is that what we're calling it now?
Shut up.
I think we watched a different movie.
Oh, lightsaber penis metaphor.
Yeah, because you want to get in sword fights with your friends. With Mark Hamill, you want to get a sword fight with Mark Hamill.
Is he doing the Joker laugh while we're doing it?
Um,
If you pay him
he's
enough,
he's doing the Joker laugh, but he's got like mucus in his throat, so it's not
It's
not
not
happening.
quite as good.
Yeah, he's a little sick,
I feel like people are always like, "Oh man, I would love to have sex with Harley Quinn." I feel like the second someone had sex with Harley Quinn, they'd get annoyed at her voice like almost immediately. You know what I mean?
That post-nut clarity would be very real.
Like it's you ever see the movie Ted where he's like, "Oh, you ever done it with a Boston chick?" She's just like, "Harder, harder." I feel like that's what Harley Quinn would do because she's got like the New
Do you not
Yorker
know what
accent.
post-nut clarity is,
I know
my
what post-nut
boy?
clarity is. I feel like
Yeah,
you'd be like
that.
regretting it before you nut, though. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't. I'm fine. Look, like, it's all about the level of, like, how deep are you in it? Are you, are you just fucking her? Are you just fucking her? Or are you like, I'm fucking her and I want to make this regular, and or are you on the like next level where like you want to date her? Because if you want to date her, then yeah, that'll ruin all of that. But if you're just fucking, like, I'm here to tell you, you can put up with it.
No, but here's the thing: Harley Quinn's like crazy, crazy. Like you fuck her once
Yeah,
and you're stuck.
that's fine.
Look what happened to the Joker.
Yeah, it was the Joker's fault. It was the Joker's fault. I mean, yeah, it was Harley's fault.
I mean, they both screwed each other over. Granted, he did it more than she did, and he deserved to get screwed over. But still,
I don't even keep up with that canon because they want to change it so often, and like not very appealing ways. Like, I'm sorry, but like they kind of skip over her being a broken mess and like try to get straight to she's better and she doesn't need no man. They kind of do that too often,
well, like
in
that's
my
how her story
opinion.
arc should always go. But they always make her like girl boss slay queen instead of like a human being when they do
Yeah,
it.
it's like you do know that like he literally took like a psychiatrist that like actually cared about helping people, manipulated her and like fucking made her crazy. Like, bro, her story's tragic as fuck.
What Batman villain doesn't have a tragic backstory? Like there's a few outliers. Scarecrow's just an evil dick who wants to see people scared. Cobblepot is he's just a mob boss. Falcone and the other dude. What's the other one? It's always two crime families. It's Carmine Falcone and the other guy who's just a mob boss, and they're always part of like Batman's year one story, and then they're in jail for the rest of their lives. Um,
Are you talking about Joe Chill? Because like
no, not Joe
they've
Chill,
done
not Joe
weird
Chill.
stuff with him.
No, no, no. There's two mob bosses in Gotham, and they're at war with each other. It's Carmine Falcone and then the other family. Whatever that
Yeah,
other.
I can't think of the other one.
You can never think of the other one because like the second Carmine Falcone goes to jail, they're like, "Oh, we have the city to ourselves," and then Batman rolls up and goes, "Nah," and they're arrested immediately. Like Falcone is always the focal point because Joe Chill works for Falcone.
Right.
Um, I would argue that the Riddler is also just like inherently evil. Like he's a lame ass villain,
He's a
but
lame
like
ass villain and a
he doesn't really have
loser
a
ass
tragic story.
bitch.
My mom
I
thought I
mean he
cheated, and then I had to prove her wrong by proving I'm super smart and everybody else is dumb.
I mean yeah, he definitely has like
He's just a
the I'm a
narcissist.
genius, yeah, the narcissist slash I'm Rick and I'm a genius syndrome.
Yeah. Joker's obviously evil. And even some people like I don't understand like Clayface is such a like dumb fucking character in my opinion because his
I
whole
like Clayface. They just don't
no
use
no no
him
I,
correctly.
I like him, but every time he gets a backstory, it's like, oh, famous actor, and then he becomes this clay monster that can turn into anyone, and you would think, oh, so he just like keeps acting, but like just takes any role he can at that point because he's such a good actor now that he can be anyone. That's really cool. Oh, I'm fucked up. I don't want to. I'm a failure as an actor because I'm so fucked up. I can turn into anyone, but because of this clay, I'm angry, and now I'm going to rob banks. It's like why don't you just stay being an actor now that you can act as both men and women in movies because you can personify yourself as anyone. And that's why I don't like Clayface.
And that's understandable. Like, you had a power
I
like
think
that, and you can literally look like
like
anybody. Like, I get the appeal,
I get the
I
whole
guess,
mental
of,
anguish. Like yeah, I get that. But
but
a
like
normal
once you got
person
over
with
the fact that,
healthy
oh hey, my face is just kind of like a mess,
play.
but I can just make me look like me, or I could make myself look like whoever the fuck I want.
Yeah, exactly. Like it automatically becomes like 10 times easier to act then because you can be any person you want to be. Um Man Bat's pretty tragic, but also not really because his whole thing is oh, I like they changed it up to where he kind of has the Mr. Freeze thing where his wife has like something and so he's trying to fix it, but most of the time it's just like he's like deaf and so he's trying to cure that and or his wife is deaf and he's trying to cure that and then he turns himself into Man Bat and murders her and it's like Mr. Freeze does it better without murdering the wife. Like his Man Bat's a kind of one and done character. He turns himself into Man Bat, kills his wife, feels guilty, and never becomes Man Bat again. Like tragic, but doesn't stay a villain long enough for the tragedy to loom over him.
Man Bat and Clayface both don't get used like at all, really.
No, exactly.
Again,
Like they're one and done.
again for me, like because I was talking with this at work with some friends about if we wrote like a Batman series, we would show Clayface off like really super early, and then like I would just like make creative swerves where like you think X character is the thing and it's just Clayface being a fucking double agent or whatever. Like there's so many things that you could do that they don't do with Clayface.
Yeah.
I remember why I don't play this fucking game. I'm not an optimization person.
I mean,
Replace the otter with the alligator. Oh wait, your team has the alligator. Replace the otter on your team with the whale. And then replace the deer with the hippo.
I think I want to do.
You
Yeah.
need to get rid of the deer and the kangaroo at the very
yeah,
least.
viewer,
the otter
they
can
are
stay.
playing Super Auto Pets. I was waiting until another round started before I started showing it, but I guess I can show it now.
So this spawns a bus, and that's why I have it. And
What's the kangaroo do?
we're gonna have to get rid of the kangaroo. We're gonna have to put it down.
Replace it with either the hippo or the whale. I don't know, but like they have more health, and you're gonna want that.
That'll do that.
Anyway, back to Batman villains. Another Batman villain I dislike is Hugo Strange because he's another. I don't like Batman villains that are here's my gimmick, here's my like thing, one and done. Hugo Strange is always I know who you are, Batman, and then he dies. Like his whole thing is I'm going to tell everyone who you are, like at the end of the night, and it's like, why not just like do what Mysterio did in Spider-Man Far From Home, where he immediately fucking doxed Peter Parker the second he lost that fight, because that's really funny. Like
Doxing is not funny, people.
No, all right. In a superhero universe, when you're losing a fight to that superhero, pulling out your iPhone and pointing at the hero you're fighting, going, "This bitch ass motherfucker is Bruce Wayne. Get him!" Like that's hilarious.
I'm just picturing Mysterio saying that it's Bruce Wayne to Peter Parker.
Like never figured out that like Peter Parker has had his face shown to Mysterio numerous times in that movie, as well as told him his name, and still Mysterio got hit so hard he calls him Bruce Wayne. Like took so much frontal damage to his brain.
Not even in the not even in the same comic book universe.
Yeah, exactly. Not even in the same comic universe. Just that guy is Bruce Wayne. All right, buddy. Let's get you out of here. Some guy in New York named Bruce Wayne gets like mugged and stabbed the next day, and like everyone thinks they killed the Spider-Man's dead. Like that just starts an epidemic of like everyone named Bruce Wayne needs to move all the way across country. Killer Croc is someone they never do well because they always make him to be too animalistic, in my opinion. It's a skin condition. My favorite kind of Croc stories are the one where once you acknowledge he's a person, he stops being evil because like his whole thing is, oh, they called me a monster and treated me like a monster, so I became one. It's like, then don't be a monster. He's like, fuck, I never thought about it that way. Cool. But they never do Croc right. It's always just here's him as a monster, and he stays a monster. He never has an arc. I just hit my mic. Can't think of any other Batman villains that I really really dislike though. Eric, Andrew, any Batman villains you hate?
I think the Penny Pincher can go fuck off, but you know.
Who's the Penny Pincher?
I think he's called the Penny Pincher.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, the villain that only appears 3 times in the comics, but that's why the fucking massive penny is in the Batcave.
He was like a discount Two-Face in one of the episodes issues he showed up in, because he had Batman tied to a giant penny, and he flipped it, and basically, there's a 50-50 chance that if it lands and you're face down, it's just going to crush you to death. But if it lands face up, it's just going to break all your bones. You can't win. But like all of his stuff was like penny based, and it was kind of stupid.
Okay. When I say Batman villains you don't like, you can't be like, oh, Condiment King fucking sucks. Penny Pincher, like,
Listen, Penny Pincher. Well, no, like here's the thing though, like That giant penny is always in the fucking Batcave, dude. Like it qualifies.
Okay.
Qualifies, like, period.
Can you pick a you know who I love that no one else loves? Killer Moth is one of my favorite Batman villains ever because his whole thing was he saw Batman and saw all the gadgets Batman uses and just went, "What if I just dressed up as a moth and robbed banks with like a bunch of gadgets?" And he single-handedly funds the Legion of Doom. Like he gives the Legion of Doom like probably 50% of the profits they make, the other 50% coming from Lex Luthor by just being reverse Batman and robbing banks. And he's like, oh yeah, what was that, Joker? You needed like $10 million to build a giant theme park just so you could fuck with this one guy. Yeah, here you go, man. And it pisses me off that there's a comic where Killer Moth is just doing his Killer Moth thing, and Jason Todd as the Red Hood just fucking mag dumps him, and that's the end of Killer Moth for that run.
Yeah, I always thought Killer Moth had a really cool design, but my only exposure to him was the Batman NES game, and he was the first boss in that.
No, he has a cool design. He looks cool. He stands out from Batman by being all bright and colorful, and it's really neat. And because every Batman villain is meant to be a certain part of Batman, so Killer Moth is his wealth and like providing for the Justice League by providing for the Legion of Doom, and that's a really fun concept, as well as that he's just like some like his name is like something really dumb. Like I want to say it's almost like close to Bruce Wayne and being like the most like common like shit name ever, or it's like the opposite of Bruce Wayne, where it's like, yeah, that guy is definitely someone important.
There
Seems like
certainly is
fucking Mike
somebody
Wazowski.
important.
Yeah, his name's
Mike
Jerry Walker.
Wazowski.
I'm pretty sure I
His
know
name's
a Jerry Walker.
It's Jury, Drury.
Dury, okay.
Yeah, like I'm wondering if it's like Django, where the D is silent and it's Rory Walker. I am not 100%, but he's just. Imagine if Red Hood went by Killer Moth instead, and that's pretty much all he is, except bad instead of an anti-hero. And I just like dudes with dual wield guns, to be honest.
Man, you just don't like fun.
What do you mean I don't like
You
fun?
just don't like fun.
I mean, I feel like that's a fair standpoint, depending on what we're talking about, because one of my favorite Mortal Kombat characters is like, you have this dude, oh, I'm from the Nether Realm, I like can summon hell portals, and I get over here, and like, oh, I'm an ice ninja, I freeze you. Oh, I'm literally a collection of souls. Caden, who's your favorite character from Mortal Kombat? Oh, I really like the cowboy dude with the dual wield revolvers because yeehaw, cowboy.
Man, no, like, listen, um, you're not allowed to tell me that Red Dead Redemption 2 is your favorite game and then just shit on Cowboys. You're not allowed to do
I didn't shit on cowboys. I'm saying Aaron Black from Mortal Kombat is one of my favorite characters because he's a cowboy and solely that. And to most people, they go, "That's lame as fuck. That's a really dumb reason to have him be your favorite." Like, there's Scorpion, there's this dude, there's Melina, there's Sub Zero, there's like Ferrotor, like there's all these cool characters, and one of your favorites is a cowboy because he's a cowboy. I'm like, yeah, you go pew pew.
I mean, for the longest time, the favorite
And he's
character.
voiced by Matthew Mercer.
Eh,
It's high noon.
I have
God damn it.
I have mixed feelings about Matthew Mercer.
Ironically, when I played Overwatch,
I
Matthew
enjoy
Mercer.
Matthew Mercer, but at the same time, like, he's in so many things.
Probably because he's good at being in so many things.
And like, again, I'm fine with him being in so many things. I think my biggest thing is because Critical Role just got so big, and there's there's a huge stigma that every D&D game has to be like Critical Role, and like a lot of people kind of sort of say, well, Matthew Mercer does this, and if this table doesn't do this, that means their game is bad.
No, I mean, look at how crap. What's the storyteller in LA by Night? It's Jason Carl, right?
Yeah, it's Jason
Like,
Carl.
he has a completely different way of running the game, but
And
it's
he's
still
so
really good.
atmospheric.
Oh yeah,
He is so atmospheric.
because like he doesn't do voices all that much, but he changes like the cadence of how he talks to match,
Yeah.
and that's so neat.
Yeah, I really enjoy his style. I don't know how his style would work in like a game that wasn't set in the world of darkness.
Oh, I think it'd be
Um,
fine.
I'm sure I'm sure it would be fine, but again, like there's also the gut punch that is, yes, Jason Carl is the brand ambassador for World of Darkness. He had better be a really goddamn good storyteller in the game that he is the brand ambassador of.
Very fair, very fair.
So like again, I'm sure that he probably is a really really good DM in like D&D or name your whatever game it is that you play. But with him being the brand ambassador of World of Darkness, I don't think we're ever going to, anytime in the near future, have a a game that isn't Vampire the Masquerade or Werewolf the Apocalypse as with him as the dungeon master slash storyteller or GM or whatever the fuck y'all want to call it.
Out of all of those, I think storyteller is probably the best one to use, and not just for
Yeah,
vampire, just in general.
I think Vampire the Masquerade hit that nail on the head really hard.
Because when you think dungeon master, like a lot of people think, oh, the person running the game is adversarial to the players who are role playing, and that's not always true.
It is sometimes true
It
though.
is sometimes true, and if you want to run one of those games, that's fine.
You're an asshole.
You got to make sure that everybody who's playing is on board, because if it's not fun for your players, then
What's the point?
yeah.
It's
But
like playing Mario Party, right? Like I played Mario Party the other day, and we stopped early because it was like ripping your dick off with the other end of a hammer. Like it's just like it gets to the point where it stops being fun.
Mario Party is always fun if you're playing with the right people.
Mario
If you're
Party's always
playing
fun if you're not getting All right, I rolled
if you're
like
playing with
five
whiny
ones in a row.
people, if you're playing
I'm
with
not
whiny
whiny.
people, it's hard.
I'm not whiny. Everyone else was, and that's why I turned it off. But like, I rolled five ones in a row. Let me finish. I rolled five ones in a row, and I was like, all right, whatever, fuck it. I don't fuck it. We ball, right? Like, I'm just stacking coins at this point. Everyone else, I am getting fucked the hardest, and someone makes one mistake and goes, "Oh, what the fuck, game? This sucks." Oh, I rolled a two instead of a three. And it's like, dude, I just rolled five ones in a row, and you're gonna complain? And that's when I have a problem. Is like if I am the one getting fucked the hardest, no one else is allowed to bitch if I'm not bitching. You know what I mean?
I think that
I think
I
Mario
think
Party
that
doesn't
if
take any skill.
so Mario Party doesn't take skill in a lot of things, but like depending on the game that you're playing, i.e., like there are games that like and I can't think of them at the moment, but some of the older ones like do
Are you thinking of
require
the?
some strategy.
Are you thinking of the Mario
And
Party where you can go around the board and it's kind of like Monopoly, where oh here's the star space, put as many coins as you can
oh
into
no,
it.
no, that's not no, that doesn't require any fucking strategy. You dump your money. The end. Um, but
But you got to save your money for the next hotel.
but there are definitely some like maps that do require some strategy. But like ultimately what you want to do in Mario Party, like if you really want to like actually quote unquote be good at Mario Party, win the mini games because like you get the mini game star, you get fucking coins that you could spend on actual stars and other items, and hopefully a gadlight too. Like the answer is win mini games.
Yeah,
That's
but
just what it is.
there's straight up just some mini games that are like entirely luck based.
Yeah. Are y'all like paying attention here?
Yes, I
No,
see the
I
name, and I think I know which one you're gonna pick.
small
It's
packages.
it's
What is
either
it?
small packages or attractive packages.
Do small packages. It's funnier that way. Because you know what they say about small packages, big things come in small packages or whatever. So that's how you know you're gonna win.
Caden just told us he has a small dick, everyone.
I never said that.
Confirm! Confirm!
You
I'm
have
going to
lore
like
now, Caden.
I have a tape measure around here somewhere. I will measure my dick on this episode.
I thought you were gonna say on camera for a second.
I'll
We are not that kind of
listen,
show.
listen,
Gonna
subscribers. We
measure
get 10,000
my
likes. We'll
hog.
all do a dick reveal at 10,000 subscribers.
Gonna measure my hog in front of God and everyone.
Eric, how does it feel that every time you jerk off, your family members that are in heaven are watching you?
And
That
then,
makes them perverts.
yeah, like that doesn't bear too much on me. I'm not the asshole in this situation.
They're not giving you privacy yet.
I'm not the asshole.
Your
Oh, I
great
wonder what my
grandmother.
grandson's. Oh my god!
Oh, sweet lord! And like she has another heart attack and goes to like super heaven.
Does that mean there's a god above God?
No, God's just over all the heavens. He just like has to move you up to justify like you just ping between super heaven and regular heaven, and they're the same thing.
So you,
But
you,
like,
you checked on your grandkids, didn't you? How'd you know? That's what everybody's up here
what's your
for.
bet? What's the I don't remember what it is, but it's like if you have this one thing, you can't name the other thing this thing. So it's like in Pokemon, like you can't name all your Pokemon shit. You like it has to be shit 1, shit 2, shit 3. So like that's why God had to do it. He can't just have heaven and then heaven. It has to be heaven and then fucking super heaven. You ever been caught jerking off?
Nearly, but not like full blown fucking caught.
You ever been all right, that's you know, everyone always asks that question. Have you guys ever caught anyone jerking off?
No.
Does it count if they're jerking someone or something else off?
Sure.
Then
Just
yeah.
because I kind of want to hear this story.
No, you don't.
I do.
You, I I don't want to talk about it while recording's happening.
You're a
Because
bitch.
cause look, man, like I don't know what to tell you. Don't fuck kids and don't fuck animals. That's all I got for you.
Well, okay. Well, now I gotta know this story. Who was
uh,
zerking off their dog?
He walked in
yep,
on Mr. Hands.
yep, you got it. Was just watching like whatever movie was on, probably one of the Fast and Furious movies, and dude was just like, "Hey, check this out," and was just like, had his like 2 fingers fucking playing with the tip of his dog's dick. I'm like, but why? Cause dog come. I'm like, but no.
What the fuck?
And it wasn't like, like he wasn't actually like to completion. It was just, the fucking the gross, when you have pre-com, it's like that, but it was gross, dude. Like
I feel like that's like
it existed for like 5 seconds, but like it's there in my head forever.
it's there in my
Charge
head
that
for.
thought rent. Don't
Um,
let it live rent free.
Oh my
what do you
god.
do? What do you do?
Well, what you do is you take your Glock, you load it with a singular bullet because realistically that's all you need. Um,
Also,
But
like, keep in mind we were children. He was a kid, so like that's also like a thing.
okay,
There are
less
layers to
bad.
this cake.
It's less bad. How old of children? How old?
Like he might have been like 12
You say
maybe.
17, I swear to
He
12.
might
I
have
feel
been
like you
like
should know
12.
better at 12.
Somewhere between 12 and like 14, I
I'm
think.
starting to realize I might have had a normal childhood now.
Hey,
I didn't.
I've never jerked off any animals, so like I'm in the clear.
I knew a girl
Same.
who fucked a dog.
Did she like it?
I don't. I never really got the further elaboration on that because
You
she. As,
wuss.
well, I didn't. I didn't want to ask. She said it, and I followed up with why. And she's like, "Oh, we were playing Truth or Dare, and I got dared to." I'm like, that's not a just reason. That's a terrible reason. Really, you're a bad person.
Don't fuck the doggo. It can't give consent. You're
Technically,
raping
I
it.
fucked her, but still bad. Very bad.
I hate it
Um,
here. I remember
um,
why I don't play this game.
I mean, I have Viscera cleanup detail that'll spoil the next episode we do, but I can pull that up if we need something.
Hang on.
We gotta make this
There
battle
we go.
music.
But
Music's too
Oh, I thought you were shutting the game off, so I.
loud. No,
Okay.
I was shutting the, well, not shutting, but making the battle music a little bit more quiet because it was loud.
all right. Well, since we're on the topic of bad shit, any bad fast food experiences? Anyone? Any funny ones?
So my roommate DoorDashed. Well, they didn't DoorDash a pizza, but they ordered a pizza and got delivered via DoorDash. Um, and I usually say that even bad pizza is still good pizza.
Right.
This proved it wrong.
Where? All right. Where was it ordered from?
Pizza Hut.
Pizza Hut's mid.
It's their wings are great. Their
most
wings
fast
are
food
the
pizza is
bomb.
mid.
All right. When a pizza place's wings are the best part, though, you know they don't have good fucking pizza.
That's fine. Just order their wings. Like, like it or not, man. Like, you can live in denial all you want, but like, pizza places are definitely like invested in their sides more than their pizzas. Like these days, like as far as the bigger chains go, like they're like put like tripling down on like we're making dope ass sides so that you order our shit pizza.
And you eat 2 slices of it and eat the entire side. Anyway, what was so bad about this pizza, Andrew?
So, let me give some background information. The pizza we ordered it from only had one person working there, and they were still a trainee.
Oh my god.
Like, none of the senior staff had actually showed up that day. And kudos to this person for, like, not just saying fuck it and leaving, because that's what I would have fucking done.
I most surely would, especially at a Pizza Hut.
Right?
I would have ejaculated on every pizza that night. Who's gonna stop me?
I'm pretty sure they have cameras.
I was
Yeah, but
watching
they
a
can't-
Theophon video where they like were googling something and they found like a Little Caesars had like delivered a pizza and like the people who made it like made a swastika out of the pepperonis on the pizza and the 2 employees got fired. It's like, damn, dude, it's looking
No.
rough.
Like you're saying like they have cameras, but like, yeah, sure they can look through the cameras, but like they're looking through the cameras, they're seeing me busting out on the pizza, and all they're going is no, wait, like they can't stop me. Like it's already been like you can't uncum the pizza.
You're still gonna have to deal with the consequences of it.
There are gonna be consequences, but I can bust on as many pizzas as I want that night.
And then you'll probably be in prison for the rest of your life.
Keep in mind that makes you a biological terrorist and also like Public indecency.
What's it with me constantly like making jokes that automatically turn me into a terrorist? Oh, I think it'd be funny to go to a bar and roofie everyone. Well, Caden, that makes you a domestic terrorist.
It
Oh, cool.
would.
I think it'd be fun to go work at a pizza place, be the only one there, and just come on every pizza. Oh, well, that makes you a biological terrorist. It's because I'm Irish. It's because I'm part Irish that like I have this ingrained sense to do
If
terrorism.
you're a nasty little.
Thank you. Anyway, what was so gross about this pizza? Did someone come on it?
No. So when it got to us, the pizza itself was cold, which isn't normally a problem because microwaves exist.
Yeah.
The cheese wasn't
Well,
even
yeah.
melted. It was buffalo chicken, which
Needs to be hot.
it needs to be
cooked.
hot. But like, my roommate intended to order barbecue chicken, not buffalo chicken, so there was a whole tirade about that. That was not Pizza Hut's fault. And it was supposed to have like onions on one side and then olives on the whole thing. And they just onions on the whole thing, olives on the whole thing, and then it literally just somebody took a handful of olives and just chucked it on the pizza. And
I think that's funnier than coming on the pizza. Just like instead, just spiking
like,
the toppings on top of every
Yeah,
pizza.
here's a glob of olives. Here's this like, because like black olives are fine in small doses, but like the second you pick up a slice and it has 17 black olives in one spot, that is the worst bite you'll ever fucking take of a piece of food ever.
Agreed. I don't condone throwing away food because I grew up poor. I grew up poor.
That doesn't count as food.
But yeah,
that pizza was a biological act of terrorism.
It really was. That was the first time I had ever.
I'm gonna stream a different game. I'm done with Super Auto Pets.
But yeah, my roommate and I both took a single piece of pizza off of that and threw the rest of it away. We also had breadsticks and like the cheesy sticks and Cinnasticks. The cheese sticks had been left in the oven way too long. They were as hard as a brick. Like I could literally beat somebody to death with it.
Dude, that breadstick and my dick have something in common.
And then the Cinnasticks, they're supposed to have like a glaze on them. That was missing.
I'll glaze you fucking Cinnasticks.
You're not
I
coming.
bet you don't even.
I am not eating anywhere near you in the future.
I bet you don't even have a Cinestick. I bet it's just a fucking flat spot like a Ken doll down there.
I actually have a pizza story that's pretty recent. This
Let
one's
me
like I
finish
guess
mine.
Yeah, let him finish. Stop interrupting him.
But anyways, the Cinnasticks were also like they didn't have like the frosting on them, but it also looked like somebody just took the whole bin of cinnamon and just dumped it over. And they were also overcooked.
Maybe it did have frosting on it and it was all buried.
No, because I was sure as hell gonna try. So when I tore one off, like I had to lift the whole thing and like wishbone snap it off. And all the cinnamon just slid off of it.
You know what the fucked up part is about this, though? You say it looks like someone. There was only one person working there that night. You know who fucked up this bad.
I'm not going to say they fucked up because it was a Friday night.
They shouldn't have been alone.
They should have been alone as a trainee. They should not have been alone. Like, I am not going to hold that person accountable for this. It was a failure on the not the building, because the building is an intangible.
The staff.
The establishment.
Yeah, the establishment.
But like especially like a Friday night, like a lot of football stuff is going on right now. Like people are ordering pizza out the ass.
Also, side note: instead of coming on pizzas, what you could do is you could get the icing for the cinnamon sticks, and you can mix it with water. Like yeah, you can mix it with water and make it look like fucking splooge. You could definitely do that and not be a terrorist.
Just add a little bit of salt in there and...
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So I wouldn't necessarily call this like bad fast food like service by all technicality because well it's bad service, but it's not like there's nothing wrong with the food in all margin. It's just the guy who was working, you might want to get ready to bleep this, Andrew, was a total um and
I don't support us bleeping out that word, by the way.
it,
Is
it
a
was the
beautiful
C
word.
word for you viewers.
It's a beautiful
Leave in the
word.
comments if we should bleep it or not. Anyway, so my girlfriend's dad had ordered a pizza from Domino's. Fuck Domino's. Who likes Domino's? I mean,
Their
Domino's gives
lava
you a
cakes are
promotion
dope.
every time you order a pizza and they fuck up.
well,
They,
we didn't get the
yeah.
promotion apparently because he asked for no green peppers, and so he was like, "Hey, it's got green peppers. Can you guys run to Domino's for me and get them to make another one without green peppers?" And we're like, "Yeah, sure, whatever." So we do it, and we show him the pizza, and we're like, "Hey, yeah, it has green peppers on it." And we said, "No green peppers. Here's the receipt." And he points at a singular because all the green peppers were under the cheese. There was one that was sticking out, and he goes, "Oh, you mean that one green pepper right there?" And we both go, "Okay, firstly, why not just like that's still a green pepper. If any of us were allergic to it, that's automatically a fuck up. Secondly, you see the green pepper, that's more than enough. We said no green pepper. This is at least one, but it's all under the cheese anyway." He's like, "All right, whatever. It'll be however long." And so we're sitting there, and he makes the pizza, and like he just looks like a total dick the entire time he's doing it. You know what I mean? Like he's got like this passive aggressive likeness to him, like with every movement he does and every glance he gives us. And then when we get the pizza, what do you think you do when you get a pizza after you've already had a pizza fucked up?
You check it.
Check it. And we check it, and he goes, "Oh, no green peppers, right?" And part of me was like, "Am I going to fight this dude in the parking lot because he's being a dick?" And I almost just like called him out right then and there. I was about to tell him to go fuck himself. Uh, I didn't because I don't feel like fighting a Domino's employee who's like 54. Like, I mean, that dude has enough problems in his life, obviously.
At least it's not a Waffle House employee. They would fuck you up.
Uh, Dude, that's a
Oh,
Dark
they would
Souls
destroy
boss.
you.
That is a
It would
Dark Souls
destroy
boss.
you. You would
There's
be
that
on the
chick. They
grill.
threw the chair at that chick, and she parried it and sat it down calmly. I'm not fighting a Waffle House employee.
I do want to fuck Waffle House chick.
I
Well,
could.
Waffle House fry cook chick, like an employee, not a customer. Don't fuck Waffle House customers. Unless it's me, then please fuck me because I do like Waffle House and I do need fucked.
What if it's Kid Rock?
I don't fuck dudes.
I have that
Like,
right here, by the way. I have the paper for it right here.
I also
have
have it
something
laying around
right
here
here.
somewhere.
Yeah, because you gave me a copy of it. But no, like I feel like being passive aggressive after you fucked up someone's pizza is like a dick move. Like I get it, customers are shitty. We weren't shitty though. We walked in and went, "Hey,
I
you
can
know,
attest though, I have worked at pizza places before, and like the hardest thing about working at a pizza restaurant is like people treat you like you're fast food, and you're like pizza's not fast food. Like
it's
it's
not."
not quite sit down food, but it does require the time of like sit down restaurant food. Like it is not a quick process, and people like not only do they like act like it's a quick process, but they also are like a lot of customers are very very condescending in the way that you're
Yeah,
like a lot of people are condescending to like drive through workers.
yeah,
That's
I
the
totally
one
get it.
reason
I
I will
try.
never work fast food ever again. Like
Yeah,
I hate how people treat me where I work now.
Yeah, like
It
me
was a
too.
lot worse when I worked at McDonald's.
Like,
yeah, like that's the thing, dude, man. Like as bad as it was for like when I was a cashier, like when people just want food from you, like I don't know like what it is, but they're fucking animals. Probably because they're
it's because they're
hungry.
hungry. Yeah. No, like, but we weren't being passive aggressive. We weren't being rude. We simply said, "Hey, green peppers," you know. And I feel like when it comes to food like that,
Yeah,
someone being
you
like, "Hey,
ordered no
this,"
green peppers. You got a non-zero amount, so you wanted it
yeah,
redone.
but also people are like it's there are people that are allergic to green peppers, definitely allergic, so that could be a very colossal fuck up. So it's a very much like that is a health risk to fuck up someone's order. Uh, which brings me to my next story, bad fast food experience. So usually when I get I like to put on a liberal amount of mayo anytime I make a sandwich. I don't hate mayonnaise, but I hate the amount that they give you at restaurants and stuff. They put on way too much in my opinion. It's I don't like it. So I order a chicken sandwich, no mayonnaise as per usual, and I open it up and I swear they must have taken the entire jar of mayonnaise, dumped it into their hand, and slapped my chicken sandwich with it. Because they gave me a goddamn McCumwich instead of a chicken sandwich.
You ever
I,
bite
I
into
had
a sandwich that has mayo on it and the mayo just shoots out of the sandwich?
I didn't even have to bite into it. I picked it up and it shot out. That's how bad it was. And so I walked into the kitchen and my mom looks at my sandwich and goes, "Oh, I said no mayo." And I went, "Look at this." And she's like, "Oh my god!" And I'm scraping it off, and I'm still scraping, and there's half a jar's worth on the plate that I have scraped it onto. Like,
I
I
think
don't know
people
if
need to chill with mayo in general. It is an okay condiment.
that's what I'm saying. I
It
apply a
is an
liberal amount, and that's fine.
okay condiment, but
Like, I
like,
don't mind like a nice smear of mayonnaise is fine. Taking your greasy fucking hand and smacking my burger with the entire jar of
Yeah,
mayonnaise.
you just
oh,
you spread it on like the sandwich like butter. Like you just coat
Exactly.
coat it. Just coat the sandwich, and you're done. It should not be a glob.
But when I say no mayonnaise, it definitely shouldn't be that much. You shouldn't have slapped my burger with the mayonnaise. I'm still to this day. This was like 3 years ago. I'm still pissed about this because it's such a like. I can understand putting mayonnaise like a regular amount that they would normally do on the burger. It's like okay, whatever. It's Burger King. I expect to fuck up. I don't care that much.
But you
This
didn't have
felt
it your way.
deliberate. This felt deliberate. This was like a personal attack. I feel like I said no mayonnaise, and they went, "Oh, this guy doesn't like fucking mayonnaise. Fuck this guy," and they smacked my burger with the
said,
jar.
"Hey yo, every single guy back here in the kitchen, I need y'all to stand around in a circle real quick. I want you to aim for this burger. Y'all gonna come on it in 3, 2, 1, and just
One.
fucking boom."
Burger King cum lettuce. The last thing you'd expect to get on your Burger King burger is cum, but that be might what you just get. A Reddit user by the name of Cum Master came on a Burger King burger.
I'm so glad that this is just the cum channel. Sup
Oh fuck, we're talking
cumlings.
about cum again. God damn it.
Sup
So
cumlings, how you doing?
another incident I've had recently was at a Wendy's, and I was on my lunch break, and my brain was just not with me that day.
Is it
Paid
over?
for my food, took my food. They never handed me my credit card back, and I drove off without it. I didn't realize until after I got home. I'm like, fuck it, I'll just pick it up on my way back to work. It's not gonna be a big deal. How many credit cards could I have left behind that people actually remembered that quickly? I get back there, and they get mad at me for coming into the lobby because their lobby was closed for service because they didn't have people apparently. But it's like I'm not waiting 45 minutes in the drive-through just to get my credit card.
Yeah.
Also, that's not something you should just do in the drive-through anyway.
Right.
Like,
So
they should have to see your ID and see that it matches and all that. And that's not something you do in the drive-through when other people are waiting to get food. That's just fucking rude.
right.
Yeah.
So I just approached Karen. I was like, hey, I was in here like 30 minutes ago, ordered food, and I drove off without. I drove off before you guys gave me my card back. So I'm hoping you guys still have it. Like, they asked me what my name was. I gave them my name. The one guy is like, yeah, we got your card. Hang on a second. He goes out to where they were keeping it, sets it down on their um, like prep table. Like the Wendy's, they had basically two prep counters. One wasn't being used, the one was. But he just sets it down there on the prep counter. It's like, yeah, you gotta wait for my manager to get back. I'm like, why? It's not locked up. Like you literally had it in your hand not that long ago. You literally just set it down there. Why do I have to wait on your manager to get back from lunch?
And he says, "No, it's just a policy."
No, he's just like, she's just out there. She'll be back in like 10 minutes. Like,
But
and then he just walks away, leaving my credit card right there on the prep table. Any one of the employees could have just picked it up and ran off with it.
Which I mean,
did you go Karen mode?
No, I didn't.
You conceal. I don't know. You conceal carry. Why don't you just like draw your gun and be like, "Look, that's my credit card."
That's my credit card.
I don't know you. And then just mad dump them.
Oh my god. I was gonna say shoot like near them, like do the like cowboy dance thing where you shoot at their feet.
I'll give them a single warning shot right between the eyes.
That's
followed by multiple other warning shots in the body and other parts. I had a decent experience recently at like a fast food place, by all technicality. Jimmy John's counts as fast food, right?
That's their whole shtick.
Oh yeah, right. Like 5 minutes or like
they don't have a
fast.
fucking. They're not valid.
Like it's look. I get it. I got a turkey sandwich. You can't fuck up a turkey sandwich. It's whatever.
But here's my thing, like man, like if you don't offer the ability to toast your subs, then like you're not valid. I'm sorry, not every sandwich.
Right now.
Like no, like but yeah, I need you to hear me though. I need you to hear me. Not every sandwich should be a cold cut. There should be warm sandwiches. Like that's my stance on it.
Yeah, that's fair. But a turkey, cheese, lettuce, tomato sandwich doesn't need to be like.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
Like that's what I got. So like that's what I usually get from Subway anyway. I get it toasted because I add bacon, but that's like neither here nor there. Like I if I don't get bacon, I don't get it toasted. It's really just how I'm feeling. I prefer my turkey cold, but unless it's Thanksgiving. But their servers, their like system had updated or something, and it wasn't working, so they couldn't accept card. They couldn't accept cash. No, they couldn't accept cash because of the thing. But if they rebooted it, they could. And they were like, "Oh, you don't mind waiting, do you? I feel real bad about this." I was like, "No, it's fine. It's whatever." And I swear to God, it took like probably 15 minutes for it to reboot. And that entire time, I ranted about a YouTuber I like called Windagoon to the poor employee who was forced to sit there and listen to me talk about the Brown Mountain Lights for 15 minutes.
So it's the opposite of the Subway guy where we work.
Yeah.
You mean Jared?
No. The employee, not the spokesperson.
He's not the spokesperson anymore.
Well, obviously he's not anymore.
I mean, it'd be a ballsy move to keep him around.
We stand by Jared, people. We don't know yet.
Be a really fucked up move too. Yeah, but like, I mean, she was cool about it. She didn't like complain about like the rant. She seemed interested vaguely. But afterwards, I had like I'd walked back because my team lead had recommended Jimmy John's because the Subway at work had maggots or whatever, and that's why I went to Jimmy John's. And so,
I'm glad I stopped eating there for unrelated reasons.
Yeah, my team lead had asked about it, and I was like, oh yeah, I went on a rant to the cashier for like 15 minutes about this YouTuber I like, and she's like, oh well, what did she look like? And I was like, I don't really know. I kind of blacked out. Like I had zoned out just to rant, and so she pulls up a picture and was like, was this her? I was like, I think, and she's like, yeah, I know her. You just ranted to this person I know for 15 minutes and couldn't recall what they looked like at all. Because I was like, well, I know like minor details.
You're like when Zach went on that one block rant.
The minor details were she was tall for a girl, and that's it.
I'm glad that joke fucking died.
I didn't even hear it, dude.
You, you said minor details, so I said don't fuck kids.
Oh,
I'm
I wish that joke died.
I'm glad that joke died. That
I've been thinking about. I saw this shirt online recently. It's a Minecraft shirt, and it's three Steves on it, and it says "I love miners," Minors. And I've been thinking about getting that shirt just because it'd be like a good laugh.
I don't think you should get the shirt.
What reason should I not get that shirt aside from the fact that I'll get murdered by a redneck father within the first 10 seconds of
Uh,
wearing it?
because pedophilia and Minecraft YouTubers go too well together,
That's the point of the shirt. It's
And
it's
racism.
Minecraft.
and
What
racism.
wait, what Minecraft YouTubers have been racist?
Yes.
I didn't know about that. I knew about like obviously I mean Minecraft YouTubers fuck kids, but like I don't know which ones were racist. Imagine being a Minecraft YouTuber and you don't get canceled because you fuck kids. You get canceled because you like are like a racist. I feel like that's better somehow.
You heard it here first. Caden thinks racism is better.
Than pedophilia. Racism is better than pedophilia. I can't twist my words to be like, oh, like Aiden likes racism. I don't think racism's good. But I think given the choice between all right, would you rather be a racist or a pedophile, Eric?
Can I be both? Like, why are you limiting my fun?
Why are you holding him back, Caden?
Why do I have to choose?
Do racist
Vaquero Los
pedophiles-
Dos. Vaquero Los Dos.
do you think
Gesundheit.
racist pedophiles exist where like it's a pedophile and like he's going through a neighborhood looking for a boy to abduct and like he sees a little black boy and he's in his like van that says free candy and the boy comes up and is like I want some candy. He goes no, this candy ain't for you, boy.
I don't think that joke can make it.
Why not?
Because you did the boy a little too well.
I'm an aspiring voice actor. I'm very good at pretending to be a racist.
You heard it here. You
I'm not
heard it here,
laughing because
folks.
I'm pretending, air quotes. I'm. Oh, you know what's really fucked up about this? If we get popular, someone could just like, like those things where you clip the moments and like so like it'll be like, oh, I'm very good at being a racist. Like fuck.
It won't even sound like that. By the time that we get big, it'll be seamless.
Oh, I'm very
It'll
good
be
at being
seamless
a racist.
because it'll
be
sound like
I mean,
that.
they don't have now. They can just clip that bit without context. But,
Yeah.
yeah, no, it'll be seamless. Like eventually they'll be clipping Eric where it says instead of "don't fuck kids," they take the "don't" out.
Well,
I'm not gonna say it.
eventually it'll
Eventually,
get
that'll
to
be
the.
like the first edit somebody does for unintentionally offensive
Oh,
with
absolutely.
no context.
It'll like they always do the Wii channel music that and then like it cuts into the video and it's just Eric going "fuck kids" and cuts to the next clip of me saying I'm a racist and all that.
Man, I hate that you basically have to play weeklies with people, but that also means that you have to play them with people.
I don't
Because,
understand.
like,
that was the worst part of playing World of Warcraft was dealing with the other people.
Because, like, dude, like, I hate, like, that's the most unforgivable sin, what this motherfucker right here did. You are a medic. Kill your goddamn team. You are not worried about, we're gonna see how many kills they got. That's what I want to see.
But I'm a
Come on.
combat medic.
But I'm a combat. Nah, dude, nah. You got ropes. You're a mage. You're a mage.
Halo Master Chief Collection was like the worst about that for the firefight challenges. It's like, oh, kill this many people in firefight. And so like, say the challenge is kill 15 elites. You will knock that elite down, get its health bar down all the way down. Any game that does kill assist counts as kill is like phenomenal game. Like instant at least 7 out of 10. Battlefield 4 already a fun game. Assists count as kills, which doesn't matter because the XP system of that game is terrible. But it's the thought that counts.
This again. Who's left? Okay, yeah, people that are spec. I can live with that. Because this is
Anyway.
like one of the harder challenges for this game. Because those flesh pounds are really, really strong.
I've not played Killing Floor 2 in a hot minute. I always played the British punk rock chick because she reminded me of Sydney from Payday 2.
I'm excited for Payday 3, which is already out, but I don't own it yet. And I'm excited because Killing Floor 3 did get announced.
Payday 3 is not that good in my opinion.
It'll
the leveling system
listen.
is,
I understand it, but listen, like you gotta take into context what
no,
Payday
I like
2
it.
was.
I love the game. Don't get me wrong. I love the game. Love the game. Once they fix the leveling system, though, that's probably when I'll start playing again.
Yeah,
because like
you just gotta take into context where Payday 2 started and where it's at now.
Yeah, it
Like
had like
that's
4 heists at the start, like, and 3 of them were all a bank heist. Like, it was bank heist gold, bank heist random, and bank heist cash, and then the jewelry store. Like Payday 2 started off rough. I've hit my fucking mic again. Payday 2 started off rough. Payday 3 started off better. It's just the leveling system I have an issue with. Instead of like being like, oh, you level up by doing the mission and stuff, it's you have to do challenges and you can do an entire heist, get 0 challenges done. The heist can take you an hour and a half to do, but because you didn't meet any of the quotas on the challenges, you don't get a level. And that is a bullshit feature, and I don't like it.
Now, if like some of the challenges were just things you already do during the heist, that wouldn't be too big of a deal. But
They
like,
usually are. Like some of them are like beat the heist on loud, beat the heist on stealth, like, you know, but once you do those for the specific heist you're doing, then it's like kill cops with this, kill cops with that, kill cops with this, blah 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 blah. And so eventually you're at this level where you're at the threshold of like, okay, well, I've done all the like semi easy to medium challenges, and now it's like shit like do this heist while you like 360 no scope a cop and then jerk your dick off into one of your teammates' face, and do that successfully first try. Otherwise, like you don't do the challenge, and that's the point where it gets to like, okay, well now I'm not leveling up from like level 72.
yeah, and that's not fun.
No, exactly. So like once they add a system where challenges give you a lot of XP and then you get a base amount of XP, solid.
Right.
Because that's how most games should. Like Halo Infinite had that problem for a while as well. I never really played Halo Infinite. I played the story, and that was only because I was coaxed into it because I'd already played all the other Halo games with my buddy. He's like, "Oh, we got to do Infinite," and I'm like, "Fine, fuck it, whatever."
If
And
it'll make you happy, I guess.
I spent that entire game bullshitting with the grapple gun. I would grapple the fusion cores to me and just chuck them at enemies. I played like a domestic terrorist.
Like you are in real life.
I'm all right. I wouldn't call myself a domestic terrorist. I'm more like all around. Some days it's biological, some days it's chemical, some day it's domestic. What's another type?
There's domestic and then there's foreign, or whatever the one for foreign is, I don't remember.
Point is, like, you know how like EV can evolve into Vaporeon, Flareon, Jolteon, Umbreon, like all those. I'm like that with terrorism. So it's ever changing.
I need y'all to get the fuck out of my way.
I'm not in your way, buddy.
Not, man. You know what's going on.
Damn, you're gonna die, bro.
Yeah, it's the Flesh Pound Weekly challenge. Would like I don't know what to tell you.
My problem that I had with Killing Floor 2 is like all the cosmetic and stuff, and it's like Team Fortress 2 where it's like, oh, here's a case and you have to buy keys for the cases. That's not fun.
So I I see that argument and I do agree with you,
The
but
game is fun. I love the game, but like
I will
cosmetics and
raise
stuff.
you that the cosmetic buying system has supported this game for a very long time,
Which
which
is cool,
is cool to a degree.
but
There's
I
some
never
bullshit
used.
to it. There is
Yeah,
some bullshit to it.
I feel like cosmetics. Like if I look at a cosmetic and go, oh, that's cool. I don't think I should have to gamble for it. I think I should just
Well,
be able
you
to
don't
buy it
have to
outright.
you don't have to gamble for it if you have the Steam version. You can just buy the cosmetics on the Steam
Ye-
store
Well, yeah, because like obviously, like
because
but
the
like,
marketplace
but the
it
problem with that
exists.
is, oh, do I want to buy like $100 worth of keys and gamble for it, or do I want to just
Spend
spend
12 cents.
120?
No, you just spend 12 cents on a lot of the cosmetics in this game
It's
in
not
the
like TF2 where
marketplace.
here's like the
Nope.
very legendary or like CS:GO where it's like, oh, you want this
The
knife?
most you'll spend
12
is
grand.
15. The most you'll spend is like $15.
For one piece is still kind of fucked up though in my opinion, but like once again, like that's like one of my problems with CS:GO. The reason I don't think I'll ever get into CS:GO is it's like, yeah, I could play the game and I'm sure it'd be fine, but like, oh, here's a knife that's like really cool and I would like this knife, and I could buy it outright for $750, and it's like, why are we giving knives in a digital game that much value?
Because people
Because
are
somebody will
stupid.
pay for it.
It's like Pokemon cards. I like collecting Pokemon cards because I'm a fucking nerd. I ever intend to sell them.
I
I have a shiny Charizard GX that's worth like probably something.
At least $12.
I will
A
not
little
buy
over that.
cardboard crack. That's the rule.
See,
I could.
I used to play Magic the Gathering, which is, but I never
Cardboard
actually
crack.
went up. Yeah, like I bought a couple booster packs, and that's about the farthest. Well, not booster packs. The fat packs, the big boxes that are basically they're guaranteed to have like 2 or 3 decks worth of cards in them,
Yeah,
and that's about all I bought.
I
And
got a
then
bunch of Magic the Gathering stuff for Christmas once, and I never learned how to play it because I had no one to play with.
I started playing on the Steam version back in 2012, which that was a good way to learn how to play.
Yeah,
Also, it had me develop my playstyle right then and there, which is just because in that
Summon
there's
Exodia.
it, in not in so many words. No, I had 2 playstyles. It was basically summon Exodia, or it was summon so many monsters that the opponent can't deal with it. Um, and then I have a deck now. I haven't played it since like 2014, but um, I have a deck now that I have a monster that anytime a creature on the battlefield dies, it gets stronger. And one day I just had like a stack of counters to like be like, hey, it's a 2/2 or 4/4. It's a relatively weak monster to begin with, and I played almost exclusively like free for all with like 4 or 5 people who all played monster decks. So I've just got one monster on the field, and I'm just kind of like drawing cards, playing lands, and nobody's focusing me because I only have one monster on the field. One of the opponent's monsters dies, lay a counter down. This happened about 4 or 5 times, and I keep putting counters on my monster. It's like they're like, "Why do you keep putting counters on that? Like, what are we doing to do that?" It's like, "Don't worry about it."
Yeah, why would you reveal your magic trick?
Right, like, don't worry about it. Just keep going. Like, eventually it had like a 30 30 30. Like, I had so many counters on that thing. It had a 30 30, and I was just waiting until I could put a couple extra statuses on it. Um, I gave it flying and trample. So basically, I couldn't be attacked by anything. I couldn't be attacked by anything ground bound. So I couldn't be attacked by anything that didn't also have flying or reach. And trample is if I kill a monster, the remaining damage goes to the player. Players only have 20 health.
Right. So with
My,
like 30 counters, it's an instant kill.
I they attack me with a monster that's a 1/1, and I block it with my character. That player now takes 29 damage.
Oh my god.
So yeah, like I played one round where I did that, and every other round after that was no fun because everybody at the table targeted me specifically.
Yeah. Like once you reveal your magic trick, like this is how I want. Like I I don't remember. We were playing Risk. Me and my friends were playing Risk. The Xbox edition. I
Man, your mic has just been shit today, or your connection.
had RTC. What the fuck? Did my voice just disconnect mid
Yes.
doing that?
Yes.
You
Cool.
said you were playing Risk on Xbox, and we didn't
Xbox.
hear anything after that.
So I was playing I was playing Risk on Xbox. I was Australia. Australia is not that good on its own. It's like gives you 4 or 3 per turn, like units per turn. And so I'm a silver-tongued bastard, and the entire time my cousin and my buddy they're waging war like, oh I have America, I have Asia, we're like fighting, we're duking it out. And I'm just sitting there like skipping my turn every time, like just collecting units. And they're both like on the very
You want
verge
to
of
see
death.
my unit?
They're both on the very verge of like death, and they're not paying attention to me at all. Um, and so I'm like, how do I do this the most tactical way? I see. Let me steamroll through here, and then steamroll through here, and then steamroll, and now I have everyone's capitals. Is what's going on in my mind. And all of a sudden, my buddy Vincent pipes up, Caden, why do you have like 200 something units? I went, don't worry about it, man. My turn comes up. My turn comes up now that he said this, and with 150 units in one space, barrel through this place, this place, this place, this place, this place, and I just keep going. I make it all the way to America. I take my buddy's capital all the way in Washington, D.C. And you know what I do? I barrel right through to my buddy's capital in Africa. Or not Africa. It was either Asia or Africa. Somewhere Middle East area. Like, that area. And I won. And now anytime we play Risk, anytime I pipe up with, oh, well, leave me alone, I'm being neutral, I get killed immediately.
It reminds me of the time I was playing Civilization, I think it was 4, with a buddy of mine. And him and I were both kind of just learning how to play. And I just found out, like, hey, you can win through like a culture victory. Like there's victories other than just wiping everybody off the face of the earth.
Yeah, cultural.
Space is the bitch move.
Science.
Space is bitch move.
Is science the
Science is the space one, I think.
Yeah, you just build a rocket, go to space, and you win.
So me and my buddy are playing
Cultural's religion. I think.
But me and my buddy were playing. He's amassing an army. I'm just kind of sitting, spreading a couple cities out, but not really doing too much other than having a nice army to defend myself. And I don't even remember what nation I was playing as, but I was
The Fire Nation.
It doesn't matter. Sure, the Fire Nation. I was playing as a peaceful Fire Nation.
And he was playing as the Ku Klux Klan, obviously.
Very much so, because he was just anybody who walked past him, he just murdered. So like towards the end of the game, it's like I think there were 6 civilizations that started, and it was down to me, him, and then um, the other computer controlled powerhouse that was in that game. And he's like, I just need, because I think to get the cultural one, you have to build like 8 structures. I don't know how many you had to make. I basically started building the last one. It was just, I need 10 more turns and I just win. So it would just, he would do his thing, the computer would do their thing, get to my turn, I just skip my turn.
So it would build, yeah.
So, yeah. And my buddy's just like, why aren't you doing anything? It's like, I don't need to do anything. You've got him. You got him under control. We're allied, so we're both gonna win. I don't know if that's actually how that works, but he definitely didn't know that was how it worked. And then, 10 turns later, it says cultural victory for Andrew. And my buddy is losing his fucking mind because he was like a few turns away from wiping out the other civilization and basically winning because I wouldn't have had enough technology to keep up with him.
Yeah.
But he was so pissed that I'd beat
You're
him.
over here with dudes with muskets, and he's got the Space Marines, like, trampling
He's literally got
cities.
Metal Gears walking around just wiping out people with, like, indigenous people. Like, I'm not even joking because we were
As
playing...
you do.
Alright. I'm not even joking because I think we were playing on, like, either the easiest or second easiest difficulty, where the civilization, they don't really level up that fast.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's got walking nuclear tanks, and he's wiping out people who have just left, like, the Bronze Age. And I'm just sitting here...
Building shit.
Yeah, just, I built the Taj Mahal, I built the Hanging Gardens, I built the Washington Monument, I built the Pyramid of Giza somewhere in France.
Yes, of course. And you obviously built the Eiffel Tower in Egypt, obviously, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I know geology. But yeah.
I know Gregory.
You said geology, and at first my brain went, yes, that's correct. And then
it's correct enough.
It's correct. It starts with the G, and it ends with a... Eh.
Yeah, the geo and G are right. The rest isn't.
Yeah.
So
anyway, choreography.
But yeah, won the game with a cultural victory, and my friend got so mad that he uninstalled the game and never played with me again.
So I got mad because I was getting ready to I played Civ 6 with my friends, and we get to turn there's 280 something turns in a fucking Civilization game before the game technically ends.
I don't know how long the game can go on if there is a hard limit.
It can go on for a while.
Yeah.
So we're 70 something turns in, and I have just amassed my army, and I've convinced my buddy whose building is right next to mine, yeah, I'm gonna steamroll these fucking whoever is there, right? He's like, yeah, man, sounds good. So I'm amassing my army close enough to their bases, but also close enough to my buddy's base. And, I'm planning to attack my friend. He doesn't know that. I know that. And then the game crashes, and this is the third time it's happened at turn 75. And so I just think Civ 6 sucks at that point, and I uninstalled the game, and I will never touch it again because I have done that 3 times. Where here's my army, I'm going to kill this guy, I'm going to kill my friend. It's going to be really funny. It's going to be wicked funny. And then the game ends at right when I'm about to do it, and because there's no save system. If we could save the game, it'd be fine, but you can't save a game of Civilization. And
on PC you can.
No, if you're playing multiplayer, you can't save it.
On PC you can.
Well, fuck Civilization anyway. It's a lame ass game for lame ass losers.
I haven't played it in a long time because usually what happens Well, what happens is I spend so long not playing the game, I have to relearn how to play the game.
Yeah, true. Learning to
Uh,
play it's a nightmare as well.
I
oh
haven't played
yeah,
a Civ game since that game with my buddy when we played Civ 4.
and like I tried playing the newest Civ very recently, and like I think it's 2K is who publishes those games.
I think so.
Uh, they did not they did not make that game playable online. Like it is not a playable experience online. Um,
Not in the slightest.
having to go in cutscenes every turn to the point to where you know how your turns are supposed to be timed. Like you're
Technically,
there's a time. Well, there's a time limit. Like at least the setting we have there, you're you're supposed to make all of your decisions in a turn within a given like short period of time. It's not super short, but it's not long either. Speaking of not long, I'm also not playing this game anymore because this weekly challenge is very frustrating. Because keep on getting people that want to be a sharpshooter and in fucking flesh pound mode. Like, no, no. I need people with shotguns. I need people with explosives. And for fuck's sake, where's the medic? But yeah, killing floor 2 can get frustrating too. But anyway, there was a time limit and the time limit wasn't working, so like my turns were taking forever and I thought I was just, doing the thing. And I was informed that like my friend was like, "Are you cheating, dude? Like you're going way, way, way over time every turn." I'm like, "I don't have a timer. What the fuck do you mean?" Um, on top of every time a turn would cycle, I would go through a loading screen. It was a bad experience.
that sounds terrible.
It was a very
Loading
bad.
screen every time. Why would it need to
Look,
load? That's stupid.
keep in mind, like not just a loading screen, like a civilization loading screen, which like is pretentious and
Like it
long as
basically had to
fuck.
reload the whole full game every time you did a turn.
Basically, is what it felt like. It's just like,
Gross.
dude, like this is pretentious as fuck.
I think Civilization's always been kind of a pretentious game because there's so many mechanics in it, and it's like it's one of those games that like someone says they play it and it's like yes I have perfected the way to play as this person, as this person, as this person, because as this person you want to go for an economic victory, but as this person you want to just kill everything because they're the Mongolians and they have this small deviation in their attack strength, and it's just like Percy, shut the fuck up.
I think for me, I get lost in Civilization with uh, with the current one because it was so nice just playing Civilization, and you had like 5 rulers to choose from, and that was easy. The new Civilization has like 30
Yeah,
fucking
I
rulers
think
to choose from. It's a
the
lot.
the only Civilization I like is the one my grandpa played, which was Sid Meier's Civilization Revolution. It's the one where like all the women have like massive tits and like
Titties.
very revealing outfits.
That's what's up.
It, it,
Uh,
it, that's
viewers,
part of the reason I liked it as a kid.
if you're over 18 and you got some titties, we won't be upset if you just send them.
I might. I have a girlfriend. Eric, you can send them to Eric.
Only if you want to.
Eric is demanding you do it.
No, we're not doing that. That's weird.
Andrew's doing that little thing where he presses his fingers together and he's hoping that you send titties, but he doesn't want to bother you. He's just like, it's okay if
Is
you
for
do,
me?
but for me?
Oh, those are those are nice boobies. Thank you.
The only messages I will ever accept from any of our viewers are instructions on how to make a bomb.
Um, I vote that every message that the viewers send to Caden is meat spin videos.
What, people helicoptering their dicks around?
Yes.
I fucking love those videos. They're funny. Well, yeah, all right. It depends. Like if it's
Yeah,
just
you
like
heard it, viewers. You heard it.
No,
Fly them helicopters.
if it's just a dude spinning his dick around, it's not funny. But like the boss, look, an alien, and then like it cuts to like a dude doing it. It's funny. Like the trick ones are really funny.
Fuck.
Like
What's the song called?
I think my favorite one is there's like this old teacher man, and he's like rambling about some dumb geography shit or something or other. And he's like, and here's a diagram, and he pulls down the paper, and when he pulls down the paper, it's the video of a dude helicoptering his dick around.
Ozzy Osbourne's Little Scary Green Men. There you go. Or Scary Little Green Men. Yeah, that. Play that, and then helicopter dick. That's what Caden wants. He wants it
Only
real
if
bad
it's a funny meme
in his mouth right now. Right
but
now.
like, send me a video of like, you know, it's Batman taking down the thugs, and you know, one of the thugs like sees a guy disappear, turns and goes, "Look over there!" And like instead of it being the Batman like swooping down,
It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Ron Jeremy's 14-inch cock. He's in jail.
Who's Ron Jeremy?
You know, like, listen, you're not gonna fucking ask you're not gonna ask that. You can't ask that.
Viewer, teach him who Ron Jeremy is.
I'm looking it up.
You can't ask that. Bro,
The hedgehog?
like,
Oh, good lord.
no, Ron Jeremy.
Oh my god, I learned two very bad things. The first thing I see, American writer and former pornographic actor. Top 50 porn stars. I went, oh, okay. Ron Jeremy faces 20 more sexual assault charges. Oh, good lord.
Here's the weird thing, right? And again, I'm not discrediting anyone's story. I just think it's kind of weird that with as big of a porn star as he was, that he had rape allegations. Like, I don't know, man. Bro was fucking a lot. Like, I find it baffling that he was horny enough to also, like, be fucking... You know what I mean? Like, Andrew, you get what I'm saying, right? Like...
Was there ever consent in those videos?
Yeah, he was a professional porn star. Yes, there was consent.
Did they sign a contract?
Probably. I just know that Ron Jeremy's face makes me laugh because he literally looks like if Mario had AIDS.
He does.
He kind of, yeah, he does. More like Wario. I'm gonna go with Wario instead of Mario. You know.
Which Wario is just diabetic Mario.
Exactly.
Well, actually, no, it's not diabetic Mario. It's more strongman Mario than diabetic. I would say more strongman because, you know, strongman, big, not defined. Look up Mark Henry. That's a
I don't know who
strongman.
Mark Henry is.
Yeah, that's a strongman.
Mark Henry was like one of my favorite WWE wrestlers, but he's also in that movie with the Wayans brothers made, where like he's talking, the dude's talking to him on the computer, and you better hang up that computer call and come kiss me on my hot mouth. I'm feeling romantical.
Mark Henry is an interesting person, and I hope that he is doing very well right now.
You say that like you don't hope that.
And I hope that he takes a parenthood test, and he's my dad. I would like to play catch with Mark Henry.
Dude, he would hurl the Resident Evil 5 boulder at you. You're dead if he throws a ball at you.
I mean,
It's
we're
like having
playing
Shaquille
catch.
O'Neal as a father.
No, we're playing catch, dude. Like, you fucking you don't, like, what kind of dad besides maybe your dad?
My dad
like,
played catch with me once.
Yeah, but like,
Yeah,
did
when
he
they toss his
fucking?
urn at yeah.
He didn't toss,
But if
he
he,
didn't toss his own urn at me.
I said
But,
when they
like-
toss his urn at you.
Oh.
but like most dads that play catch with their kids, like, there's like, as funny as it would be, a grown adult man is not throwing a ball as hard as they can at their child.
Granted, I mean, like, look, my dad played catch with me once, and I can guarantee you I know the year of it. It was like 2008 or 2009, because before we had played catch, I had one of those fruit roll-ups, the ones you put on your tongue, and it like not roll-up. What is the
Fruit by the foot.
No, fruit by the foot is the one that is the very long one, right? So yeah,
Yeah,
it's the one you put on your tongue, and like they had the temporary
yeah,
tattoos.
that's the roll up.
It was a fruit roll up, and they had the temporary tattoos on the tongue, and they were Batman the Dark Knight themed. So it had to have been 2008 to 2009, roughly.
Damn, that's
I don't like sports, so I didn't really like playing catch anyway.
um, I do agree with one of the guys from Friends Without Benefits, where like he kind of a couple of times went on small rants about like how a lot of like gamers are like, "Ah, sports, that's gross. I'm a nerd. I'm supposed to hate sports." When like sports is all analytics and numbers and it's all nerdy shit. And
Yeah.
like most
No, I'm
nerds
not
would
saying I hate
actually
sports.
be very into sports if they looked past the getting bullied by jocks in high school.
Well, my thing with sports is like I like boxing and I like hockey, and it ends there. I don't really like the rest of them. That's just like an entertainment thing. They don't entertain me as much as like watching two dudes fight.
I
You
would
know what I
rather
mean?
For
play the sport than actually watch it.
same.
Exactly.
For me, it just depends too, right? Like baseball is boring to watch on TV, but if
It's
you
boring to
say,
play.
"Hey, it's okay to play,"
Kickball
but
is better. I like kickball.
if you like if you say, "Hey, I got some tickets to the game," like I'm going every single time because like baseball games, dude, like going to a baseball game, like that's an atmosphere. Like that's a really cool
I went
atmosphere
to
It's
a
that I
like
baseball
like.
game
watching a
once.
movie versus going to a theater.
I went to a baseball game once and I pissed my pants.
Man, God damn it, Danny. Yeah, we're gonna have to replace
Well,
Caden.
like, what? Why? Why? Because I pissed my pants at a baseball game when I
Yes,
was a kid.
you PP baby piss boy,
I I was a kid, and the teachers
piss
didn't let me go to the
boy.
bathroom. The teachers didn't let me go to the bathroom, so I pissed myself.
You should
Okay.
have pissed on the teacher.
Yeah, you should have grown some nuts
You should have been a biological terrorist back then.
or some ovaries. I don't judge,
I have been
but you
to
just
two.
sat there and pissed your pants.
I've been to two
Techni-
baseball games.
Technically, I was coaxed into pissing my pants because one of my friends was like, "Well, if you piss your pants, we'll teach them a lesson that they should have let you use the bathroom." I went, "You're right," and I pissed my pants, and it taught them zero lessons because they laughed at me. Both teachers laughed at me.
They lasped at you.
They laughed at me.
They lasped
Which
at
I don't
you.
think teachers are supposed to laugh at students. I don't think that's cool. Also, one of those teachers kicked a desk into my face. So fuck you, Mr. Beard.
Weird.
Yeah, he was a prick. I ever catch him on the street, oh boy, I'll give him a walloping. Can't legally say what I would do.
I'll give him a good old-fashioned walloping.
You'll come in his eye.
Twice.
Yeah, I'll
That's
bust a
hard to
fat
do,
load.
by the way.
I'll bust a fat load in his eye so he can see me coming.
Oh,
As DMX
come
would say.
in.
It's not hard to bust in someone's eye. You just have to clockwork
No,
orange them.
twice. I said
Yeah.
twice. That's
Yeah,
hard.
twice. Yeah. Yeah. Well,
That's
because they've already seen
difficult.
you coming the first time, they'll know what it looks like the second time.
Yeah, that's the reason why it's hard. That's the
What if,
reason.
what if you get both eyes at once?
Then that's called a double.
You guys have any dickhead teachers you don't like? Or well, not, I guess you guys won't have dickhead teachers now, where you guys are kind
I'm past all that, man.
of. Yeah.
like I'm so over all of it. Like I'm like, you know, like
Mr.
in the
Smith,
moment,
Mr. Smith is
yeah.
Mr.
The
Smith's an
the
asshole,
only
right, guys?
thing I really remember is my 8th grade math teacher told me that I have the attention span of a fruit fly. He wasn't fucking wrong.
That's not really an insult, it's an observation. I had a teacher move me out to the hallway because they didn't like me.
That happened to me once.
Like, my desk was out in the hallway.
I just had a
I
good relationship with my guidance officer, guidance counselor, because
Guidance officer.
I had a temper when I was a child.
Yeah, the teacher would tell you.
Probably because I was bullied constantly, and the teachers just, well, he's getting bullied. Nothing's gonna happen. He's just getting
They
bullied.
wouldn't do anything, yeah.
Yeah, nothing's gonna happen. Cut the current year. And how many school shootings do we have a year? Nothing's gonna happen when we bully kids.
Did you guys? I'm not sure if this is like a my generation thing or like it's always been in school. Flipping your card, was that something you guys did, or flip your clip or whatever? Like you would start at green at the start of the day, and then you, if you were bad, yellow, red, and so on and so forth.
Like in kindergarten, yeah.
Yeah. Like the teacher would be like, oh, okay, Andrew, you're a bit much. You got to flip your card, and Andrew would stand up and like grab the teacher by the throat and lift them into the air and be like, why don't you flip your card?
And then just throw him out the window. No,
yeah, exactly. It's sent to the guidance counseling.
No, so what had happened is.
Then he fucked that teacher's mom, since we're talking about things that can't happen.
Pretty sure their mom was dead at this point, but anyways.
It can't happen.
Well, anyways, it could, but... Are you mad about the pedophilia or the necrophilia? Which one's more upsetting?
Andrew, continue your story, please.
So anyways, the teacher had stepped out of the room for a minute, and a couple kids who sat behind me in class decided, oh, this is going to be the perfect time to start throwing shit at this kid. They start throwing shit at me.
So they had unzipped their pants and put
not literal shit.
Maybe a teensy bit.
I think you were in a zoo, buddy. I don't think you were in a classroom.
No, they were throwing like pencil shards at me. Like they'd broken several pencils and they were throwing pieces of it at me. Tried my best to ignore it. Told him to stop. Got a little pissed off when I told him to stop next time, and eventually I got so pissed off I stood up, flipped my desk, and told him, if you don't stop throwing shit at me, I'm going to fucking kill you.
Was this pre or post Columbine?
Post. But right as I said, I'm going to fucking kill you, is when the teacher walked in.
So she doesn't have the context.
No, she does not have the context. She just heard me saying.
And that happens a lot too.
Yeah.
Like it's so fucking stupid that when a kid, I'm so sorry I'm interrupting you, but like it's transformative. It's bullshit that like a lot of the times what happens is these like bullies will ag you on until you finally fucking flip, and like you're the one that gets in trouble for flipping when you've been the one just being fucking terrorized. Like it like that shit sucks.
But anyways, right as I said that, teacher walked in, class got dead silent, and I just kind of turn around. I do that like slow turn, and teacher's there, and it's like, and they're just like, Andrew, and I'm like, yeah, I know, guidance office, and I just walk out of the room. Get to the guidance office, and they're like, what happened this time? It's like, lost my temper and said I was gonna kill somebody. Not actually going to. Like, and they're just like, why don't you just stay here for the rest of the class period and cool down and then go to your next class? I'm like, yeah, whatever. Like, I didn't say it like dismissively like that. It's just like,
yeah, fine.
Yeah, cool.
Sure. Cool.
Yeah, that's fair. One of my coworkers, his kid did something very similar recently, and the school got social services involved.
Excuse me.
Yeah,
I believe it because
I
like
do too. Like, I
when I
get
was
like,
in school, like I made two small comments. One was homicide and one was suicide. Two very very small casual comments like under my breath, and like I got reported for both instances. And this was in the 2010s. This like it was kind of a while back, but not really. But even as far back as like then, like me like saying I should just like hang myself. Like I was asked about that, and it was a whole thing. And then there was like I like made a joke with somebody, and somebody else reported because like I said something about like bringing a gun to school and shooting somebody, and it was a joke. It was a bad, tasteful joke, but I was a teenager. Fuck off. Like it's just like, dude, like we don't even have guns at our home. Like it's just a joke of like teenagers being teenagers. I get it though. Like I don't know, like this. I don't know if Sandy Hook happened yet or it was about to happen. So like, I get it, but you know, there's a little small glimpse of around my age viewers. I was in school when Sandy Hook happened. You're welcome.
I was too. I was in middle school. Um, and I
speaking of
remember,
school shooting, I'll let you finish that, and I'll go on my thing.
yeah, it's just a quick thought. I had not studied for a test, and I was going to fail the test, and Sandy Hook happened. So that class that had the test, he like sat us down. Was like, "Yeah, why don't we talk about like recent events? Because what happened is awful." And uh, so I didn't have to do that test that day. The next day, I flunked it instead.
I had a spelling test one time that I was told that I would be allowed to retake, but the opportunity was never given to me.
That
So there
happened to
was a
me a few times.
test. There was a test, and like in the middle of the test, I got a fucking nosebleed and just like bled all over my fucking paper. It's like, hey man, I gotta go to the bathroom. This is bad. And he's like, yeah, I guess you're gonna have to retake your test. We'll do that sometime soon. Never happened. And like to boot, he like gave me a fucking no participation like F for that.
Jesus.
Dude, you should have turned in the paper with all the blood on it and been like, "Here, sir."
I mean, like I should have been allowed to do that, but like, hey,
You participated.
Yeah.
I
participate.
never understood how like I don't remember how we did spelling tests. Now oh, the teacher would say the word because I was like I was thinking like imagine the question is like, "Oh, how do you spell the word what?" WHAT. You just put it on the paper like
What what? I don't know. I feel like don't get me wrong, like grammar, English and literature, it's very very important, and like knowing
yeah.
how to spell is a thing. But like, man, we run around with cell phones all the time, and like I know autocorrect it because I watch autocorrect everything for me. Like we're getting to the point to where like when are kids gonna not have like spelling tests like past the third grade? Because like rapidly approaching that nobody's writing anything anymore anyway.
Yeah. I like all my high school year we didn't write anything. It was all like computer. Like the only
Yeah,
time we got paper out was like for very 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 specific like, "Oh yeah, we're doing this little quick activity. Here's a sheet of paper, write it down." Everything else was like computer only.
yeah, it's I don't know, like, cause there's trade-offs to it too, cause like even though like I definitely wouldn't say that I'm like in like the current generation like you are like with that, but like my spelling is not as good as it should be either because I did grow up with a lot of computer technology like when it was when it was accepted and when it was like not in its infancy but like in its in the beginning of its full-on acceptance to all but replace everything. Uh, no more writing. You type all your shit out now. And
Yeah.
because of that, like I definitely like I do know how to spell stuff, but I definitely slacked on it, and I would be able to spell a lot more shit had schools been like, "No, we're writing this because it's really important that you know how to do this, regardless if the cell phone or the computer does it for you anyway. It's important that you're not a fucking moron and you do know how to spell 8-letter words,
Yeah,
9-letter, 10-letter words."
I'm very good at spelling because, like, on my laptop, I had turned autocorrect off. Because I pride myself on my speaking ability and my spelling ability because I had a speech impediment when I was in second grade that I had to go to speech therapy for. So I like to be able to properly speak because of that. It was a very big flaw I did not like.
I had troubles with my R's, my S's, and T's from like
That's
kindergarten
I
to
had
like
R.
third grade.
Mine was GRs, so girls, grass, grills were
I
all like
don't remember I
boils,
think it
glass, will. It
was,
was G like
yeah, I
W
think it
something.
was the R's for me. I don't remember. It was one of those, if not
Yeah,
maybe two of them.
mine was
It was
definitely R's.
a, it was a while ago. It was a little while ago. But Andrew, what were you gonna talk about?
I was gonna say,
He's probably
speaking of
forgotten.
school shootings, so
Oh God.
in the yearbook, no, it's not as dark as you might think. Um, so you know how like in the yearbook for the senior class they'll have like
Most likely to.
most likely to whatever, yeah. In
Were you filed under most likely to shoot up the school?
Yes, I was,
Oh my
and
fucking God! I don't think they are allowed to have that. That's a
they are
you can't put
not.
that.
It was a different time.
They're not allowed to have that. It was not allowed in 2006 when I graduated. They had printed it. They had started printing off copies before the teacher proofread it.
Mm.
And there's like 6 copies that got printed off that say most likely to shoot up the school.
It's still bullshit that you didn't get to keep one.
You should have been able to keep one. You were the target of the harassment.
Right. But yeah, like they started printing them off because they have to print one off for the teacher to proofread it. And they just kept printing them while the teacher proofread it. And
Well, because they knew that that was never, ever, ever going to be approved.
oh yeah, but yeah, they didn't destroy the ones that still had it in it. They just yeah, we're
So
gonna
there's a copy of a yearbook out there that says most likely to commit a school shooting, Andrew,
yes.
somewhere in it. That's hey,
That
you
joke,
proved them wrong.
that joke so far
So
has
far.
aged well.
Yeah.
It has aged well so far.
Well,
But do keep in mind, have we already said that you're like around the age that you're? We've said that before in an episode, right? I think we have.
I think
Anyway,
so.
Andrew is under 40 years.
I'm a
Andrew is
boomer.
under 40. Yeah, Andrew's under 40 years old, which means that like we cannot
ancient.
rule out. We cannot rule out that he is not going to shoot a public place up and or be a serial killer. He's like prime serial killer age, in fact. And
my
I'm
prime
like
terrorist
up,
age.
I'm approaching / in the beginning stages of prime serial killer age.
Am I prime terrorist age though? That's what I want to know.
With the amount of serial killer shows my roommate watches, I'm pretty sure she'd be able to point out if I was, you know,
She just think it's
mentally-
cool. She just think it's cool. Like she doesn't care about that. She just think it's cool and you know it.
Your roommate is like very dumb. She might not realize what's going on. She'd be watching a show. It's like, oh, he started exhibiting these signs, like when he started the murders, and
She would just jump up and down on the couch and be like, I wonder who he's going to kill. Ooh. And then she'd say something about getting cozy and covering up in blankets.
my
Andrew, tell me I'm wrong.
Fucking wrong.
my
Like
husband
almost to a
started
T
taking
in the correct order.
my husband started taking late night walks in quotations, and like Andrew just walks up to his
Very
door. All right,
enthusiastic
I'll
walks.
be back. I'm gonna take a late night walk, and she'd be like, oh, like she'd do the fucking Twitch
Yep.
pog face.
Isn't that racist now?
No, the guy was racist. The pog face is not. Well, I mean,
Okay.
technically he's racist. They just removed it because of the connotation it had with him.
Oh,
Like,
okay. Because I didn't read into it. I knew it
no,
was.
no, doing the like saying pog and poggers is not racist. Otherwise, YouTubers still wouldn't be saying it. Twitch streamers wouldn't still be saying it. But the guy who did it, like the guy that emote was made from, they had to make new emotes of the pog face because that guy said something about a specific group of people. I don't know which group. I didn't really read into it too much. I just know that because I saw Twitch pog face being removed, and I was very upset by it because I was like, why would they remove that? It's like iconic. Oh, he's a racist. Understandable.
He might be a racist.
To be fair,
This was
I do
this was
remember
during the
getting
time where like
pissed
they had
off
the
at
dear
something
admin.
like a year or two ago, and I did say, you know, I'm just gonna go out and take a walk.
You can go out and take a
And I do think you were over at the time. But I was literally just walking to the mailbox and walking back.
I think I was there for that. I know that there was one time that I did see you get like way too mad, and I knew what to do in that situation. Be wallpaper. Don't say anything. Lauren, on the other hand, no, there's no etiquette. Everything's funny when it's happening to other people.
Yeah, she also doesn't believe PTSD is real.
Yeah.
Which
Well-
is someone who works as someone who's meant to psychologically evaluate people.
Let me rephrase that. She doesn't think my PTSD is real.
Ah.
Despite the fact that she sees me flinch multiple times a day from shit that she does.
She just
One of these days, you should just fold her like an omelet. Like, just give her one of the like Street Fighter Ryu uppercuts and like end it there.
Just Leon Kennedy roundhouse kicker.
the rule
Do the-
is
RE4 remake roundhouse kick into the wall neck break to her, and then just go.
the rule is either they enter like combat to the death or they fuck. That's the rule. Like, and one of those two things has to happen one day. That's the rule. Didn't make the rules. That's just what they are.
I'm gonna assume combat to the death. That's my
Combat
guess.
to the death.
Uh,
Don't come on bats, kids. They might bite you.
depends. Batman, maybe.
He might bite you.
It's like ejaculating on Batman. He's just justice.
Also, Kevin Conroy's not with us anymore, and that's really rude to ejaculate on a dead man.
Christian Bale.
That's
Batman,
the
'cause
only Batman.
I did
Kevin
the Christian Bale
Conroy.
impression. I did the Christian Bale
I know,
impression.
but Kevin Conroy's the only Batman. And
Kevin
you know
Conroy
that.
would like it. He was gay.
But he's dead and he can't consent.
True. Just like Matthew Perry.
Yeah, he's dead now.
It's unfortunate.
You know.
I'm gonna have to keep him alive in my Fallout New Vegas playthroughs from now on.
So he
Is
can
that
be
an
there
option?
for you?
No, just like because it feels rude to kill him again.
Nope, way over the head.
Nope, it took me a while
I
to
get
get
it. It's a Friends reference. I don't like the show Friends, so I'm not going to acknowledge that you even referenced that terrible show.
I mean, it's okay for what it is. It's not like
Yeah, it's okay for fucking garbage, sure.
it's fine. Like, you gotta understand when, like, a lot of context, like when Friends was on, like, there were okay shows around, but like there also wasn't very many.
Cowboy
Like,
Bebop aired before Friends, and that's all that matters.
Cowboy Bebop would be better if it was longer and more connected. I said it. You're welcome.
I'd fuck with that.
Anyway, yeah, no, it'd be cooler if it was longer. Like, develop some of the other characters' arcs better would be sweet. No, here's the thing about Friends, right? Like, Friends, if I had to describe it as like a meal, right? Like, I would describe a show like Sons of Anarchy as like a 5-star course meal.
But
Amazing,
like
immaculate.
in
Shut up
context,
and let me
people weren't.
finish.
No,
Shut
but
up and let me
people,
finish.
you're like
Shut up and
it's
let me
all.
finish.
You gotta let me interrupt this time. You gotta let
No,
me
fuck
interrupt
you.
this
Fuck
time.
you. I let you
The
interrupt last time.
serialized stories
I
on
want to
that
finish this
level.
joke. I want to finish this
All
joke.
right, fine, choke on that dick, you fucking.
I will. Anyway, as I was saying, Sons of Anarchy is like the 5-course meal. It's immaculate. Like, it compliments the chefs. Chef's kiss is at the end. Like, everything down to the last minute details. Perfect. And then Friends is a half-eaten slice of pizza you found in a Arby's dumpster.
But again, a lot of context. When Friends was being made, like the only show that was doing serialization on the level of like Sons of Anarchy and Breaking Bad, because we're spoiled and Game of Thrones and name more shows, whatever. The only show at the time that was doing anything like that was The Sopranos, and even then, The Sopranos was running the tail end of when Friends was a thing. Like, you gotta like understand, people weren't writing like that back then very often. Like, it just wasn't a thing.
Okay, but like, there's still better. All right, All right, fine. Let's compare two shows that were relevant at the same time. Seinfeld is the 5-star course meal of like TV comedy, and Friends is the used condom you found out at the Outback Steakhouse.
Seinfeld's funny, but I really do think that they lost the cart with the horse. When you hear Jerry Seinfeld in an interview talk about like the concept of the show was like supposed to be two comedians just like making fun of everything that's around them. Like if Seinfeld was like Larry David and Jerry Seinfeld just like being in a new location every episode and just shitting on everything around them, that show would be fucking
Yeah, it would be fun.
hilarious.
I think my favorite episode was the episode where Kramer looked at those two Afro American men
When
and called
Kramer
them the
said
N
the
word.
N word.
Yeah, exactly. Stop laughing. It's not funny. As Jerry Seinfeld said during his apology. Not Seinfeld's apology. He didn't have to apologize. He didn't say it.
Well, I mean, that's how cancel culture works, though. You do have to apologize for being in the same room with somebody who did a yikes.
Yikes!
He wasn't in the
Like,
same room. He wasn't in the same room. He just like was like
but
he
no, he's
defended his
been in
own.
the same room with him multiple times. He's got to apologize for being
He
in the same room.
Jerry didn't apologize. He apologized on the behalf of the other guy. He's like, look, he's sorry. He's come here to say sorry. And then like they have him on there. He's like, yeah, what I did was awful. And everyone
I'm,
starts like laughing at Kramer because they think Kramer's the funniest fucking guy in the room. And Jerry
I'm
just
not
goes,
gonna
stop
lie.
laughing. It's not funny.
I'm not gonna lie though. Kramer kind of did Jerry Seinfeld a solid by doing that. Cause as soon as that happened, like nobody talks about the fact that like while Seinfeld was airing, Jerry Seinfeld like purposefully or on accident, doesn't really matter, was dating a 17-year-old girl that was turning 18, and it was a very big deal for a while.
And Kramer goes, don't worry, Jerry. I got this. And
I
he bursts
got
into
you.
the
I
room.
got you. I'll
He
take a one
bursts.
for the team, Jerry.
Jerry, I've got this crazy new idea, Jerry. Last time we made a girdle for men. Now I'm gonna say the N word, Jerry. And he like bursts into the room and just like yells it.
I'm gonna say it.
George is standing there like doing his George thing of being like incredibly pathetic in front of a crowd of black people. Don't worry, George. I got you. Kramer, no. And the episode ends. You see Kramer's mouth open to say the word, and then it boom, 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 down, down, down. Like, episode ends.
I think because there's a lot of episodes that I don't remember because I never sat down and watched every episode anyway. But like, I think one of my favorite like things ever is when his manager convinces him to wear the puffy pirate shirt in like an interview.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Because that's
yeah.
such a stupid concept that like could actually happen though. Like 100% like you could see that happening to like anybody. Like, yeah, Johnny Depp, you already play Captain Jack Sparrow, just dress like him a little bit, but not all the way.
I can't. My favorite, one of my favorite, like, I don't remember what the episode is. I didn't really enjoy the episode. One of my favorite bits though is like George keeps looking homeless in front of this chick's parents, and he doesn't realize it, but at the end of the episode, he goes into the bathroom to take a massive shit, and it's one of those like you gotta peel your clothes off shits.
Yeah,
So
naked
he
shit.
yeah. So he walks out shirtless, like hairy chest, like just from the bathroom, and goes, "How's everyone's evening going?" And leaves. Like that one's funny. There's so many good bits. I like
The show is just bit to bit. Like, don't like when you watch Seinfeld. Like, you need to watch for the JPM, the jokes per minute. Do not
yeah.
watch for the storyline that they are trying to give per episode. Like, it's about the jokes. It's not about the story.
One of my favorite characters in Seinfeld is whoever Patrick Warburton plays. He plays one of Elaine's boyfriends in a few episodes, and he is a complete and utter dumbass.
It was
Like
like
he,
Patrick Warburton.
oi, leave Patrick Warburton alone. He's
No, I
hilarious.
said I just like him. What do you,
Oh yeah,
just
yeah.
like him? Yeah, yeah, fucking loser.
No, I love Patrick Warburton, and like he kills it in that role. Like they'll like say a joke, and then Patrick Warburton will stand there like for half a second, laugh, and then go, "Oh, it's funny because penis." Like
And then he
it's
goes, "Hey, Peter."
he doesn't say a Peter.
Hey,
I'll be right.
Peter.
I'll be back. I have
Because you
to use the
can't talk
restroom.
about pee baby piss boy.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
can't
yeah.
talk
Just keep
about
look.
you can't talk about Patrick Warburton without throwing in a good old fashioned
Hey,
"Hey,
Peter.
Peter." Like you can't. Like that's the internet's rule, not mine.
I'm going to use the restroom. You two need to prove to me that you can keep this podcast afloat without me, and then you can kick
I'm
me
gonna
off.
mute you. I'm just gonna mute you, and they're never gonna know that you came back. You're gonna be just like Danny.
We're probably just gonna wrap up when he gets back, anyways.
Yeah. Show him. We'll just cancel the whole goddamn show.